Hey everyone, welcome to Encore, and today I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to do eye makeup for hooded lids, so keep watching.
Hey everyone, it's Corin, and you're watching EnKoreMakeup. Blend, blend, blend.
Hi, Corin, stop using my lipstick.
Hey everyone, welcome back. So I know a couple of years ago I did a couple of looks for hooded lids, but I never really kind of broke it down to certain elements and stuff like that you need to consider when you have hooded lids. Now, I have naturally heavy hooded lids, and like I mentioned before in those videos, that my lid naturally droops down and it actually pushes my lashes down, and this is a common feature that many of us share. Okay, so some of you guys have kind of like a light hooded, and some of you have heavy hooded lids like I do. What is that? Heavy hooded lids like I do. So sometimes it's kind of like tough. It's a challenge to do, to design your eye makeup and stuff like that. So I'm just going to break this down for you guys so you guys can pretty much create whatever you want. So I'm just going to give out some tips and pointers, and to help me explain this further, I also filmed an eye look that's going to be focusing on the certain tips that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to assess your eye. Okay, so how to do that? You simply look in a mirror, relax everything, okay, and then look at the eye area. So for instance, in my case, as you can see, the shape of my eye droops towards the end over here. We don't want droopy eyes, right? We want lifted eyes. So the first factor that you need to think about is to create an eye look that's going to give the illusion of a lifted eye. So if I do an eye look that's going to extend all the way out here, that's going to make the lid look heavier and droopier. Okay, so I know for a fact now that if I'm going to be designing an eye look for my eye, it's going to be up and out like this, so that it's going to give that lifted look. Okay, so another thing that you need to also consider is what's visible. All right, that's the first thing that you're going to need to consider for color placement. Okay, so I know many YouTube videos that do eye looks concentrate on the main lid as far as the colors, but for us who has heavy lid, it's really useless, right? Because you can't see it. If I concentrate a lot of colors right here, which is, kind of common with a lot of makeup looks. I do it myself because I have kind of like convertible lid. Okay, if you concentrate on this area in here and do all these amazing colors in it, it's going to be useless because, you can't see it. See, because your hood's over it. So don't waste time on that. So what I would suggest is for you to switch the design out. So instead of doing the colors on the lower lid, you do the colors on the upper over here where it's visible. Okay, so that way all that time that you spent on doing this beautiful eye makeup is visible. Okay, so don't concentrate on anything that's going to be not seen, so don't waste your time. So concentrate on the area that's visible. So much like what I'm doing in this video, I'm actually starting off by setting the parameters of the lower fold right here, which for this video I decided to choose yellow, and this is a bright yellow so it stands out in the video, and I'm just going to apply that right at the edge of the fold, where the skin hood's over, so that way that's going to look a little bit visible. Alright, and then I'm just going to blend that a little upwards, probably about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch, and that's going to set my parameters for the colors. So like I mentioned before, we're going to do colors on the part of the lid that's visible. So for this video, I'm using 3 different colors of green. And once again, keeping in mind that we wanted that lifted look. We don't want the lid to look heavier than it already is, so we want that lifted look. So one tip I'm going to share with you guys, when you guys are applying your colors, make sure to start on a safe zone. And my safe zone for a hooded lid is the very, very last lash over here. So find your very last lash, okay? And if you line that lash to the brow, do not pass that imaginary line right there. Now if you guys are going to create a more elaborate look, the furthest that you should go is the line of the lower lash line. Okay, so continue that lower lash line and then place an imaginary line that's connecting that lower lash line to the brow. So that line right there is going to be your boundary. You do not pass that, because anything past that is going to make your eye droop down. Alright, and we don't want that for heavy hooded lids. So in this video, I'm applying 3 different colors of green, okay, and I'm just going to line them up. Now this is where you can mix and combine different colors. So once you place the colors where they should be, you're going to need to transition those. So that way you have a gradual transition of the colors, and this is going to give you an amazing combination of color without them looking too murky or muddy. Now as you see, that yellow is giving that green a little bit of pop, and it's actually making the eye look kind of a little bit more visible and noticeable. Now here's another tip for you guys who are heavy lidded, monolidded, or hooded lid, to make sure to leave about 1/4 of an inch between the hairline of your eyebrows and the color, the edge of the color that you're working on, because that's usually a safe zone for your brow bone highlighter later on. Now it's best to work on your lid colors with your eye open, so that way you can see visually that what's visible. So that way most of the time that you're spending on the makeup is on areas that are visible. So once you finish placing the colors that are visible, you're going to work on the parts that are not visible. So for instance, the lower of the lid, even though you really can't see them, you still put color in there, because there's that surprise factor that I like, and many people like, because at some point you're going to blink. You're going to close your eyes, you're going to look down, and people are going to see that. And to me, sometimes I'll be like, oh my god, what was that? Do that again, close your eyes or blink again or something, because there's that surprise factor. Okay, so now for the bottom of the lid right here, okay, where it's hidden under the fold, I would suggest just using one color. Don't put too much colors in there if it's not going to be visible, but at least there's going to be color. And in this video, I'm actually going to use a little bit of a purple color, because purple complements yellow. So now that yellow is going to pop out more.